If you wanted to buy NVIDIA or SMCI before they ran up 1,000% this year, then pay attention because I just found some stocks that have the potential to go up massively over the next year. These are stocks that have not yet run up, but they have the potential to do so. I'm Stock Curry. I'm a former Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley investment banker, and I have over 25 years of trading experience. And today, I'm giving you an update on my Millionaire Club portfolio. This portfolio is a portfolio where we have been buying value stocks, and we are growing the portfolio to $1 million, starting with zero about a year and a half ago. Currently, the portfolio is a little over $10,000. Now, if you want a full update on the portfolio, you want to see all of our buys, all of our sells, the amount of money we're up and down in every single stock, you can go check out the full portfolio for free at weprofit.io/millionaire. That's weprofit.io/millionaire. Now, that portfolio, I list everything in there, but today I want to focus on what I bought and what I sold. I'm also going to go through the full portfolio and give you guys an update since I know it's been a couple of months since we've done that. Now, the two stocks that I found are strong buys. And these two stocks, they really do have the potential to go up possibly as much as 100% this year alone. There are a lot of other stocks that could go up a lot as well. In total, I made 6 buys in the Millionaire Club portfolio today. So let's go through the portfolio. Let's talk about the stocks that I bought, talk about the stocks I'm holding, and let's talk about the stocks that I sold. We'll give you a full update on all of those, and then we'll go into a little bit more detail, and then I got a bonus for you at the end of this video, another stock that's been running up a lot as well. All right, let's talk about each stock in the Millionaire Club portfolio currently. First off, we have ALLY, Ally Financial. This stock is a hold. The revenues are increasing, but their profits are decreasing. Now, the price to book ratio is still low. The fundamentals, the balance sheet, everything still looks great on this. Right now, I'm going to rate this as a hold. I don't really want to add more until I start seeing those profits go up again. AMT Idea Group, I sold and got rid of. This is a problem. They have not reported earnings. I don't have an updated earnings on them. Very, very difficult to track this stock. So I just got rid of it. ATLC, Atlanticus. This stock I rate a buy. Both revenues and earnings are increasing. And I did buy more shares of Atlanticus today. I bought 10 shares at $30.30. This did lower the average cost just a tad bit down to $30.33. And this stock right now is pretty much break even. Next up is Citigroup. This stock I also rate a hold. Earnings are down, but the balance sheet remains strong. So I'm just going to hold this stock for now. CCOI, I rate a buy. The revenues are up, the earnings are up, and the dividend yield is greater than 5%. This stock I really like, and I did buy 5 shares today at $64.65. And this is a new position for the Millionaire Club portfolio. CCRN, which is Cross Country Healthcare, I rate this one a hold. The revenue is down, the earnings are down, the income statement, I just did not like their most recent earnings, but I'm not selling it yet because it's still an extremely undervalued stock. And once this turns around, I think this is going to end up being a good stock to hold on to. So we're just going to hold this one for now. CMC, which is Commercial Metals, they have not reported earnings yet, so I'm just waiting on that one. CSIQ, same thing. They have not reported earnings yet, so we're waiting on Canadian Solar. CVS Healthcare, they reported earnings. Their revenue was down, their earnings were down. Still a pretty undervalued stock, so I'm just holding this one for now. CVX Chevron, same thing. Earnings down, revenues down, still undervalued. This is a stock that I'm still holding. I'm not going to do anything with it. ECPG, Encore Capital Group. I was kind of torn here between holding this and buying this. On their last earnings statement, their revenue was up, but their earnings were hit by a one-time charge. Now, If it was just the earnings, I probably would have bought more of the stock today. But ECPG also decided to add $400 million in additional debt. And I don't like that. So I don't like the fact that they're going to be hurting their balance sheet here with the additional debt. For that reason, I've decided to keep this one as a hold, and we'll just monitor it and kind of see what happens. FINV, Finvolution, has not reported earnings yet. We're still waiting on that one. GM, I rate a hold right now. The revenue's down, the earnings are down, but it is extremely undervalued. So I'm just holding that, waiting to see if they can turn around. GRVY, Gravity, has not reported earnings yet. We're waiting on them. GSM Ferroglobe did report earnings, but revenue and earnings were both down. It's still undervalued and still a great company, so I'm just going to hold that one. HTSN, Hudson Technologies, again, revenue down, earnings down, but still undervalued. We're going to keep holding this guy as well. JFIN, JFIN Group, is a new stock to the portfolio. I bought 50 shares today at $6.68. And this is the first stock on the list that I rate a strong buy. One thing I really like about them is that their revenues are increasing, their earnings are increasing, and what's most impressive about them is their dividend yield is greater than 11%. So this stock is a strong buy in my mind. Not only do you get the value stock, you get a massive dividend, and you have a stock that's growing. It is the best of every world, and that's why JFIN is a strong buy. MMM3M, I rate a hold. The revenue is down, the earnings are down. The reason I bought the stock originally is because they're getting through all of their lawsuits. They're going to get all of their past behind them, and they're going to be able to focus on the future. So I really like the stock for a long-term hold, but it is going to take time for the management team to get everybody back on track and to get the company moving forward again. OXY, Occidental Petroleum, I sold this stock, and I know we didn't buy it that much long ago. In fact, we only made $2 on it. But the reason I sold it is because in their most recent earnings, their revenue was down, their earnings were down, and the stock was at fair value. And that's the main rule of this portfolio is when a stock gets to fair value, when it's no longer undervalued, that's when we sell. And because of the earnings and revenue decline in OXY, it is fair value. So we've gone ahead and sold that stock and gotten rid of it. QFI in QFit Technology has not yet reported earnings. We're still waiting on them. TGNA, I rate a hold. Their revenue was down, their earnings were down, still undervalued. So we'll give this time to turn around. TRIN, Trinity Capital. This is the second stock on the list that I rate a strong buy. On their most recent earnings, their revenue is up, their earnings or profits were up. Most importantly, they have consistent growth. In my mind, this stock remains 40 to 60% undervalued. I do believe this stock could double in price over the next year. I would not at all be surprised to see TRIN at $30 a share by the end of the year. I think there's a huge upside potential on this stock, and it is the second strong buy on this list. I did buy 20 shares of TRIN today at $14.94. Next up is VALE, Vale. This is a miner out of Brazil, and this stock I rate a buy. Their revenue is up, but the earnings are down. And normally I would rate that a hold, but the reason I went ahead and rated it a buy is because it is extremely undervalued. And I think just the valuation of the stock more than makes up for the fact that the earnings were down a little bit. So that's why VALE is a buy in my mind. I did buy 30 shares today at $11.93. VYGR, Voyager Therapeutics, I also rated a buy. The reason being is even though the earnings were kind of mixed, this company, not only are they undervalued, they also have decent growth. And so long as their revenue continues to grow and their earnings continue to grow, this, in my mind, is a great stock to buy. However, it's not a strong buy because the earnings were kind of mixed. So I rate the stock a buy, and I did buy 35 shares at $9.35 today. Next up is WBA, Walgreens Boots Alliance. They have not yet reported earnings, so we're just waiting on earnings for them. XOM, Exxon Mobil, I rate a hold. Their revenue was down, their earnings were down, but the valuation is still good. So just holding that stock for now. And finally, ZIM. This is a stock that I expect to start turning around in Q1 of this year. Now, we have not yet gotten the last Q4 earnings. We're still waiting on those earnings. But after those earnings come out, I'm going to start thinking about buying more ZIM in anticipation of it going back up this year. I just want to wait for the earnings call to see what they actually forecast on the earnings call before we actually buy more shares. So that's what's going on in the Millionaire Club portfolio. Now, that bonus stock I promised you, this is not a value stock. It's not one that I bought in the Millionaire Club portfolio, but it is a stock that I bought today that has massive, massive growth potential. I mean, this could go up 1,000%. And that particular stock is Verb, VERB. Now, look, Verb has had some serious management issues lately. But the thing about Verb is they just struck a deal with Meta Platforms, and the stock went up as much as 400% on Friday alone. Now, Verb is severely beaten down, and I would consider it a value stock. The only thing is they're not really profitable yet, so I can't throw it into the Millionaire Club portfolio. It doesn't meet the rules of the portfolio, but their revenue has been growing, their earnings have been growing, and this is just a wonderful possible growth stock that could go up a lot. Earlier last year, it was already up over $3. I would consider Verb a buy at any price under 50 cents. I have bought it higher. I did buy some today at 70 cents, but I would really consider to buy under 50 cents. Now, some of the price targets on the stock probably up around $1.60, $1.90. That $3 range is also very possible. And if you want some leverage on Verb, let's say you like to play options, you like to maybe get something that might go up a little bit faster, you can consider VERBW, which are the Verb warrants, and those were up over 1,000% on Friday alone. Those Verb warrants you can pick up extremely cheap. I think they're trading around 3 cents or 4 cents per warrant right now. A warrant, if you don't know, is basically a call option with a $10 strike price. It's basically what a warrant is. So the warrant is extremely far out of the money, which is why it's trading at 3 or 4 cents. But it is something that could go up much faster than Verb, especially once Verb gets over $1. So those are the bonus picks for you. Certainly not value stocks, but as a growth stock, it certainly has a lot of potential. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is, and let me know in the comments what you're buying. If there's any stocks you want me to check out to possibly buy as well, let me know in the comments below, and I will research them.